Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, Dustin. Hello, the Elder Dragon. How are you doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. I told you I'd be here. I would be getting this done, and here we are. This is something I've owed people for for a week and a bit now, and I'm finally getting to it. I finally have a chance. I was able to finally go out and pick up some more War of the Spark packs, to be able to do this. I had the relic tokens already on hand, but I wanted to do it all sort of at once. These are the people that won additional giveaways as part of the Masterpiece Monday series that we did. So if you followed the Masterpiece Monday series and voted and all that kind of stuff, you'll know that in the last video we talked about some additional prizes being handed out to people. And so we had Mr. Mike A here, who actually contributed the most amount of votes, tied with Robert. So that's why they both get 2 packs. They actually put in, I think, 30 votes apiece. Something along those lines, if I look at my spreadsheet here. Let me go here. Yes. So they voted 30 times each, which means they voted on every single video. Every single one. Starting from the beginning and all the way through. They made it all 30 weeks that we voted, because we didn't start voting until week 5. So the 5th episode we started voting. And so they made it almost all the way through, I guess. I guess maybe they missed one here or there. I think the most votes you could have was 30. Oh, maybe we started on episode 6? You know what? I don't even remember, to be honest. I know that it was like recommended to me on, I think, episode 4 that someone said, hey, you should do a thing where you do like a giveaway. And I went, that's actually a really cool idea. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that. So I did, and here we are. So anyway, Mike and Robert both voted 30 times apiece. So that's why they get 2 packs. And then Corbin and Moholnik were in second place with 29 votes. So those two get 1 pack each. And then what I did is I did a loyalty giveaway for the person who voted for each set individually the most. So MRF 388 voted for... let me just see here. They were the ones that vote. Oh, I don't have it listed here. Wait, no, I have it listed on the other sheet. Haha. They voted for Kaladesh the most. Eric S voted for Ether Revolt the most. Arvagos 28 voted for Hour of Devastation the most. And then Jay Xing voted for BFZ the most, but he hasn't picked a prize yet, but that's because he lives in and around my area, and so he wants to just sort of like do something locally. So I don't know when that's going to be. Him and I haven't been able to touch base to figure out. I was actually out his way 2 weekends ago. 2 weekends ago? Yeah, 2 weekends ago now at this point, to pick up packs from stores around where he is, and we couldn't make it work because he was away and I was the one traveling to his town, so you know how it goes. And then Mike was actually the one who voted for Oath of the Gatewatch the most, which is why he gets a nice little lineage token here as well. So that's why Mike has 3 prizes here, because he was an additional loyalty award as well. So there you go. And then we have one person who didn't claim their prize. I never heard back from them. Zach Sasulka. Don't know. They voted for Amonkhet the most amount of times out of everybody, and I never heard anything back from them. So anyway, the Elder Dragon, as you are saying, am I going to do it again? It was fun to watch. I don't know. And that is because, like, right now, I don't have any more boxes of those products. And to buy them, the price is only going up. So unless you hit, like, you got to hit at least 2 masterpieces out of the 6 boxes to basically recoup the cost. So we'll have to see. Oh, snap! Dustin. All right. Dustin, I don't have an extra pack of War of the Spark on me at the moment because I bought the 6 I needed for this episode, and I don't have any more loose ones kicking around at the moment, but I will open you a pack of War of the Spark, and I will include it with your next grab bag. How about that? Because you are getting grab bags again, I believe. So thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Dustin with that $5 donation. I really appreciate it. That's actually, you know what, Dustin? You are my first YouTube donation. I've never received one prior to now. So there you go. I believe you're the first anyway. I don't think I've ever received one from anybody else. So that's... I don't stream enough to do with the weird, like, the super chat things. I don't stream enough to see them very often, so thank you. You look forward to every week. I hope something similar is done in the future. Yeah, so Tim Bister, right now we're doing the Master Full Monday, and I am looking at doing something similar, like a similar type giveaway type thing with that series as well. I just haven't worked out the logistics of how to manage it and what to do with it, because I could get people to say, hey, vote for the set that you think is going to win each week, right? For value wise, and then then what do they win, right? Because I'm not going to give them all the rares and stuff that I open, because as you know, the Master Series, the packs are pretty expensive, and not just that, but like the packs are pretty expensive, but then the rares can also be like exuberant, right? So I'm trying to figure out what to do as the giveaway. I'm thinking I might do like a thing where it's like you vote each week, and then I pick a winner every week, and they get like a pack of relic tokens. I'm thinking that, because then at least I'm also giving away something every week as well, which is pretty awesome. Because let's be honest, I like giving back to the community, which is why I did these loyalty things, right? The reason I did this is because I wanted to give back to the people who continually watched and commented and things like that. That's the kind of stuff I like to do. I don't like to do giveaways to like grow my brand, because I feel like it's almost like a false inflation, right? And I don't like that. I never have, so I don't know. It's just, maybe that's just a preference of mine. I have no idea. But anyway, thank you so much, Real Viking MTG, to $2 US. I really appreciate it. There it is. I honestly don't even know how to get that money. Like that money that's coming from those super chats. I don't know where it goes or how it comes to me. But there it is. There it is. This is what I mean. It's like I have no experience with it, so I don't know what it does. It's the first time you've ever seen the option, so I wasn't about to not do it. That's like $10. Yeah, it's like Canadian. Like you guys are giving me like, so you gave me $5.99, $4.99 American, which is like almost $6 or $7 Canadian, right? And then the $2 US is like, you know, another $3 Canadian almost. So like, sweet. All right, I'll take it. They send you a check every few months. I have not received a check from YouTube in a very, very long time. So I don't know. My AdSense doesn't seem to load, so I don't know if there's something broken with it or if whatever, but like I'll have to check it again and see. I tried to log into it like I think last week and be like, hey, what's my YouTube sitting at? Because normally, like, you know, I had like I think 2 paychecks from YouTube when I was monetized before they demonetized me, before requiring 1,000 subs and all that. But then once I hit the 1,000 subs again, I haven't had a paycheck since. So I don't know if that's just because my videos are not making enough ad revenue to warrant them paying me yet. But it doesn't matter. You'll want to log out and log back in. Okay, Booster Therapy. I think the issue for me was like I tried to like open it and it just like it doesn't even give me anything. It just gives me like the spinning wheel thing. Like it gives me the little spinny wheel and then nothing. Like there's just nothing. Like there's no buttons to click, no way to log in or log out. It just sits there with a spinny thing and it just sits forever. And I'm like, I don't know. So, I don't know. Maybe it was just that day. Here, I can actually try it. Let's see. Well, you're here, right? Why not? AdSense. Google AdSense. Sign in. Sign in. Yeah. So this is all I get, is I just get like so I go to Google AdSense webpage. I click sign in. I get the bar across the top that's doing like the blue line, like showing that it's like loading. And then I get the spinny wheel in the center of the screen and then just nothing. Like it just doesn't, or not the spinny wheel, but like the little green dot with the yellow line and the blue line just in the middle of the screen, just doing nothing. And I don't know why. I have no idea. I don't know what it's trying to sign me into, because it doesn't even ask me for like an account. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just tries to sign me in, but I don't know which account it's trying to sign into. I have no idea. I'm assuming it's the one that I'm signed into. I'm assuming it's the one that I'm signed into in Google Chrome, but I don't know. So I'll have to look. Tony, thank you so much for the $5 donation. I really appreciate it. Tornado Joe, you didn't miss much. You just missed us sort of talking about what's going on here and what the packs are that we're opening, all that kind of stuff. Holy moly, thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate it. So it doesn't show how many subs I have because I actually have it turned off. Someone gave me some advice a little while back, and they were like, you should just hide your subscriber count. And I was like, why? And they were like, because it didn't... You know, there are a lot of people out there that are like, they won't sub to you because they see your sub count, and they're like, oh, we don't need to sub to him. He's already over 1,000. So we won't sub to him. And I'm like, oh, is that a thing? I didn't know that. And they're like, yeah, it's a thing. You should think about hiding it. And I was like, okay, sure, I guess. Yeah, I'll have to like contact them and figure out what the heck's going on, I guess. It's the Google AdSense, so it's like maybe it's not even YouTube. It might just be, I might just have to contact Google and be like, hey, so like my AdSense page doesn't load and I don't know why. So it goes, exactly, Booster Therapy. It goes both ways. It's kind of one of those things like you hide it and people are like, why is it hidden? Does he really need subs? Does he not need subs? Who knows? Or like it's hidden so like, you know, oh, maybe he doesn't want to show how many he has or whatever. But I mean, for me, at the end of the day, I'm not really, like, pushing for a sub count. Right? I'm not really pushing for a sub count. Like, I'm not trying to, like, get more, per se. I'm just, like, doing my thing. And if more come in, that's great. That's basically what I'm doing. Yep, that's exactly why I didn't sub to this channel. See, there you go. Tornado Joe knows what's up. Have I noticed a difference? Not really, to be completely honest with you, Hermit. I have not noticed a difference at all. So, like, I mean, it's just kind of... It's kind of a weird thing. I didn't really notice an influx or a loss. I didn't put it this way. I didn't notice a loss of subs or a lower income of subs, but I didn't notice an increase in subs either. So, like, I don't think it really had any impact, to be honest. So who knows? Maybe it has impact more if you're actually like trying to push your channel or push content out. I don't know, but who knows? Not me, that's for sure. I'm no expert by any means. Anyway, let's get into the prizes, right? Let's open up these prizes and see how it's going. Renovatio, hello, how's it going? It's been a long time. So Mike is getting 2 packs of War of the Spark and a... Well, we'll open up your tokens first just because they're in the way. And the reason we're opening everything up is because it makes it easier for me to ship it. So that's just why this happens. And by that I mean, like, I can't ship the sealed products, so I'm just going to open the tokens as well. You get a sweet poison counter. I don't know why the poison counter has the additional counter on the top. No idea. Not a clue. Because I don't know why you would need... I don't know why you would need that. Closer than most. Alright, sweet. We got a vampire token and a elf warrior token. Look at those bad boys. It's pretty sweet. I don't know why the poison counter has the extra stuff on top. I have no idea. Alright, Mike. Let's see what your War of the Spark packs have. Yeah, it's new to the Lineage line, right? And then I think now they even have another Relic Tokens package with, like, legendary stuff in it. I don't know. I can't remember. I've seen it at the LGS near me, and I asked them to get me a box in, and then they were like, yeah, we'll do it, and then they didn't, and I was like, oh, okay. Tybalt's Rager. I'm going to need at least 30 of those poison counters. Well, there you go. I'm glad I could show it off to you guys. Mowu, Loyal Companion. Your Planeswalker for this pack is Kiora, Behemoth Beckoner. And you got Single Combat as your rare, which I find that this card doesn't really do a whole heck of a lot. I had an opponent play this against me in Sealed today, and Like they're like they blew up everything. I think they kept their walker, and I kept my 6/6 zombie army token because I had the Unleash the Dread Horde or whatever that card is, the black, the bigger blossom. I can't remember the name of it, but I had that on the table, which is why I had such a big amass token. And so like they played it, and I was like, what do I keep? Oh, I guess I just keep my 5/5 zombie because it'll be a 6/6 next turn. And they blew up all their things except their walker, and I'm like, okay. And that was their turn because it's 5 mana sorcery speed. So then my turn came, I got a 6/6 lifelinker, kill their walker. I continue to have a 6/6 go. And then and you can't play creatures or planeswalkers, so I was just like sitting on 3 creatures and planeswalkers in my hand, couldn't play them, so I was like, all right, I'll go, I guess. So I let them go, and then they did like nothing on their turn, and then I cracked in for 7 lifelink again. Like I was like, this card seems mediocre. It lets your opponent keep their best card, right? So, I mean, kind of weird in that sense. Anyway, you're getting everything, Mike, don't worry. So you are going to get this pile as well. But you got a foil Cyclops Electromancer. That's pretty sweet. And I'm not going to give you the basic land or the token, if that's all right with you. I hope you're okay with that, Mike. Just extra weight for the envelope. Second pack. You have Tainted Strike, Pharesis, Snake Initiation, a few other Infect cards. Oh, in your Slimefoot deck. Nice. Good old Slimefoot. Am I gonna partake in the Mythic Edition fiasco? I've been on Twitter. I've stated my case. I got my refund. They handled it extremely poorly, in my opinion. But what can you do, right? Like, all Wizards can do is try to improve on it next time, because you know there will be a next time, even though this doesn't seem like a successful thing for me. So anyway, this is a Dread Malkin, 10th District Legionnaire, Channeler Troll, and ooh, how about a Domri? Very nice. There you go, Mike. A nice little Domri for you. Pretty sweet. So let's just see here. You got a Domri and a single combat were your rares. And of course, you do walk away with 2 planeswalkers, so that's pretty sweet. As for, are these for patrons? No. I believe only one of these people here is a patron, and that is Eric. Eric is a patron of my channel. The rest of these people are people who voted on my Masterpiece Monday series that I did for the last 36 weeks, where I was allowing people to vote on what set they thought the Masterpiece would come out from each week. And these people voted the most amount of times, or for the same set the most amount of times, that kind of stuff. So I decided to give them a little bit more of an extra reward for being, engaging in the community and partaking in the festivities, I guess is what you would call it. Robert is next. There's a whole bunch of things that they could have done differently. Put it this way. I should be getting a foil sheet of war, right? So, I guess there's that. It's personally, it's of little consolation when the product that you wanted has nothing to do really with the thing you're getting, right? So, it's kind of like awkward. Leyline Prowler, Augur Bolas, Heartwarming Redemption, and Nissa. Ooh, there's another nice rare planeswalker and a foil here for you. Holy moly! Robert, you're getting a foil Karn. Well, Robert, it's your lucky day, man. That's awesome. I am super stoked about this. That is amazing. That is so awesome. Robert, I bet you had no idea. You were like, it's fine. And I think, Robert, actually, if I look, were you the one that said you would take Dominaria too? Yeah. So Robert was like, I'll take 2 war packs or 2 Dominaria packs, whichever's easier. And I was like, well, I'll just pick up war packs for you. What am I doing? I got all distracted by the foil card, and I put your commons over to the side. Interplanar Beacon, Tyrant Scorn, the Wanderer, and Living Twister. It's all gravy now, right? It's all gravy. You would have voted every week if you had gotten here sooner? Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Look at that foil Karn. Look at that double Walker pack. Nissa and Karn. Woo! 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 That is solid. Robert, thank you, man. Thank you for participating. My LGS won't believe it because I went to the LGS and I was like, just give me 6 packs of War and you pick them because my luck is terrible. So I had the guy behind the counter pick the packs. So you can thank him. And I shouldn't be the one playing the lotto, like you said. I shouldn't be the one playing the lottery. It should be somebody else. It should be the guy who picked the packs because I didn't pick them. Because I was like, my luck's terrible. Corbin, let's see what Corbin can find. We're not going to get a foil Karn, I don't think. But hey, maybe we can get something sweet. Maybe we can get a sweet mythic or something. Dreadhorde Twins, Lazotep's Plating, Teo, and Vivian's Arcbow. This card's actually really sweet. I'm super up to it. You're up to 1 to 40 now? Oh dear. You should have stayed Oath. I should have stayed Oath this whole time. Well, I mean, to be fair, right, Tony? I mean, the people who did the loyalty thing, they only get these things. So, I mean, like, you didn't miss out on a foil Karn in that case. So don't beat your ups too bad. Arcbow is a sweet card. I like it. I really like Arcbow. All right, Maholnik. Now, Maholnik actually asked me to... he won this pack, and he was super surprised that he won it. And he wanted me to, like, you know, make it... Because he's over in Europe, okay? And he was like, you know, for you to ship it to me, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. So I'm going to make it worth your while. I'm going to buy some stuff, too, from the shop, from Nerdvana store. Or I'm going to buy some other booster packs for you to open for the channel, and then you can ship them out to me. So he sent me his list of what he wanted, and I do have them here. But he hasn't, like, I sent him an email earlier today trying to confirm, like, hey, I picked up the packs that we talked about. Are you good with me opening them and shipping them to you? And I haven't heard anything back from him yet, so I'm waiting to hear back still. Now, I mean, the time zone difference right now, he's probably in bed at this point, or should be at least, I would imagine. So, Maholnik, I do have your packs, and if you do agree to have them opened, I will open them again in another video, and we'll do that before I ship this out to you. Okay? Vizier of the Scorpion, Pledge of Unity, Firemind Vessel, and Vivian. Nice, man. We hit Vivian's Arcbow. We hit 4 rare walkers out of 6 packs. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. That's awesome. That foil Karn, though. Boy, howdy. Boy, howdy. Would look really good next to that foil Ugin I opened. Just saying. I know it's Roberts. It's Roberts. I'm not gonna... But come on now. Come on now. MRF 388 asked for some Eternal tokens. So MRF 388. Let's see what you get out of your Eternal tokens. Let's see. We got, of course, a Spirit. A little Spirit token there. An Insect token. And a Snake Death Touch token. There you go. No foil tokens so far. So for those of you who don't know what these tokens are, there are foil tokens. You meant that, like, was that far behind live? Oof, man. It keeps buffering for you? That's rough. I'm sorry. I know that feel, though. I know that feel. Whenever I stream on Twitch and stuff, it always is like, you're dropping frames. And I'm like, but why? And I'm connected to YouTube right now, and I haven't dropped any frames yet. So anyway. Eric wanted Eternal, so let's get him some Eternal tokens and see what we find. Ooh. Gonna go and play some PSN Overwatch? Nice. Alright, Booster Therapy, thanks for stopping by, and thanks for the info about the other stuff there. So I'll have to check out the AdSense, and I'll have to talk to Google, I guess, and find out what's going on. So anyway, Merfolk Hexproof token. Ah, there you go. A nice foil vampire token. Foily lifelink token. Can you actually see that it's foil? Yeah, you guys can see that it's foil. Okay, good. This new camera is way better, eh? This new camera is way better. And a Sapperling. There you go. Some all nice playable tokens there. And Arvagos. Thank you so much, everybody, for participating and all of that. I really appreciate it. These token packs just come from my LGS. They're made by Ultra Pro. So you can just look up Ultra Pro Relic tokens. And then that's where you'll find them. So anyway, Arvagos, you're getting a Goblin token, a Snake Death Touch token, and a Spirit token. So you got like almost exactly the same thing as MRF got, except that you got a Goblin instead of an Insect. So there you go. And Jay Shing, you're going to let me know what you want, and Maholnik, you're going to let me know if you want me to open your other packs and stuff. So in the meantime, let's get this stuff all sort of sleeved up here into a baggie with each of your cards so I don't lose track of whose is what here. That's Mike's. And this is Robert's. I guess we should probably... I mean, like, I would feel bad about not doing this, right? We should probably put this Karn into a perfect fit. What do you think? What do you think the Karn is? Is the Karn like a perfect fit worthy? I feel like it is. A foil Karn? Yeah, it seems correct. Seems correct to me. Yeah, absolutely. You definitely just look them up. All right, Tim. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, that foil Karn, right? Like, I would never have. I was definitely hoping for some like sweet mythic or something. We didn't hit a mythic, but we hit a foil Karn. I think that's pretty good. Have a good night, Tim. Thanks for stopping by. So, I don't want to like get too far into details about the Mythic Edition nonsense that went on, but I have to say that I was really, really disappointed with how it all shook out. I ordered 2 boxes in the first 10 minutes. Not even. At 3 o'clock my time, which it was noon for Pacific Standard Time, I logged in. I put through my order for 2 boxes, and it went through. And like I got the confirmation page that I had ordered it, or whatever you want to say, right? And then I got I went and checked my eBay, queue, and I noticed that it was sitting in pending payment, or like trying to processing payment, or whatever you want to call it. And I was like, that's weird. Why is it still processing my payment? It should be done already. Like, it should be well past. So here's the real problem, is that because that was sitting there processing my payment, it looked like it was sitting there for about 10 minutes or so before it canceled it. Because it was processing my payment, I couldn't order again because I don't have a second eBay account because I'm not a scumbag. So I don't try to snipe a whole bunch of boxes and stuff and bid multiple times with multiple credit cards and multiple accounts and all that kind of stuff. So basically I had to wait for it to figure out whether it was processed or not. And then it finally failed, and I was like, okay, it failed. Can I order it still? I went back to the page, and it still said there was, I think it was 10 or more. I said 10 or more copies available still. I noticed that the total number sold was 11,000 something, and so I was like, oh crap, it's close. I better order again. So I ordered again, and the payment went right through, and it said, congratulations, you paid, everything's good. I got the email saying that they had charged my card. I was like, okay, good. We don't have to worry about it. I went back 20 to 30 minutes later and to just check on it to make sure that it was still processed and stuff, and it still was, but I noticed that the eBay auction or whatever was now up to 20,000 units sold, or 26,000 units sold, and I was like, oh, that's not good. I was like, there's only 12,000 units. I know that for a fact. The fact that this says 26,000 means that something's really wrong, and that's bad. I was like, oh no, it's all going to be broken, and they're going to have to redo it all, and it's this huge kerfuffle. And I was like, no wonder my first payment didn't get processed. There's probably something janky on their system. And then of course everything came to light. They're like, oh, we're not doing anything to fix the problem. We're just going to cancel all the orders that didn't get processed outside of the first 12,000 that did get successfully processed. And the problem with that, in my opinion, is that it's really ingenuous. It's really disingenuous to the people who were there right when the product was supposed to be released and were waiting for that time frame to order a box. Okay? So, it just basically like it leaves a really sour taste in your mouth because, you know, there were a lot of people out there that had the same problem that I did with my first order, and that is that you put it through and it says that it processed and it goes all the way through the system, and you get the congratulations screen on eBay saying, yeah, your order's been placed, blah, 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 right? And you're like, okay, good. And then it takes 10 minutes to then say, oh, by the way, your payment failed to process. Well, 10 minutes is way too long, right? Like, to be honest, any kind of transaction financial wise, be it PayPal or your credit card or whatever, most banks and credit companies will have a timeout of like maybe 30 to 55 seconds at most. If the transaction takes longer than that, it will time out and it will say, you know, hey, it failed to process, right? That is just typical security of most of those things. So, the problem here is that it took 10 minutes for eBay to say, by the way, your payment didn't get processed. Well, by that time, you know, 20,000 more people had tried to order as well. And as soon as the product that was earmarked for my first process failed to pay, you know, it moved into moved into my canceled items order section because it failed to process the payment, and it said, failed to process this payment, please reorder this item. And I think that's where the issue ended up occurring, in my opinion, because you got a whole bunch of people that got this message that then said, oh, it's telling me to go reorder. So they went to go reorder and it let them because that thing, right? So now you've sold over your 12,000 units, and there are not more than 12,000 units, so you can't sell more. Really, the thing that I think Wizards should have done, and Hasbro should have done, is they should have just said, okay, forget the whole thing, refund everybody, cancel all the orders, we'll do it again next week on Wednesday at the same time, and we'll iron out the kinks that happened with this, and we'll just release it a week late, right? Or hey, do it the next day. It doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to wait a week, but like, wait to, you know, fix the issues that occurred, get it ready again, cancel everything, do it again the next day, right? I feel like that would have been much easier for them to handle, and then they wouldn't have had to do the nonsense of like printing foil sheets to hand out to people and blah, 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 blah. Like, there's so many things that they're now having to do to basically compensate people who basically, you know, didn't get what they wanted, right? So, yeah. You didn't win anything, Corbin. I mean, you did win. You won a pack of War of the Spark. So I finally opened it for you. You managed to get yourself a Vivian's Arc Bow. Right? So there's your pack of War of the Spark that's coming to you. You missed the spice, though, because Robert opened up a foil Karn. Robert got a foil card in one of his packs. So, you know, there's that. You had an issue with a store for MTGO cards yesterday. You ordered a cart worth $15 and a few other carts under 10, all processed and posted to your bank, except the one big one wasn't delivered. Weird. That's weird. Also, hi, Jeremy. How's it going? As to how I paid with my credit card, Tornado Joe. And the issue I had at the end of all of this is that, like, you know, I got the email from them saying, hey, by the way, we're going to refund you your money because we have to cancel your order because you didn't make it into the first 12,000. And I was like, okay. So, fine. You know, you have to cancel it. That sucks for me, but at least, you know, fine. You're going to give me my money back. It took them more than a week to give me my money back. You know, took them all of 10 seconds to take my money. Took them a week to give it back to me. You know, it's kind of a, you know, I know for me anyway, for at least for my situation, right? If you guys order something from my store and then I don't have it, or you change your mind and don't want it before the order gets shipped out and you want me to cancel it, I can cancel it and refund you the money immediately. It's like 2 clicks of 2 buttons. That's it. So like if you're canceling my order, you should be able to cancel it and refund me the money as one transaction. Now I know that this, like, the money went to Hasbro and the money went through eBay to get there, but then that means that Hasbro should have people who are running the eBay site that then can cancel the order, and then the money just gets transferred back, right? Or like a credit given, right? And either the money comes from eBay to me to refund me, and then Hasbro sends the money to eBay, or like it just goes right through. I mean, same idea. Like if my money when I pay it goes to eBay and then goes into Hasbro immediately, well, that's pretty fast. But you're telling me getting it back takes 8 days? Right? Like it's kind of a weird situation to be in. So it's really strange. It's really strange. As for what they did to people whose orders got canceled, what they've said anyway, what their official statement is that eBay's giving them a $20 gift card for a future purchase, and Wizards of the Coast is shipping them a full foil uncut sheet of War of the Spark rares and mythics. So I imagine I have one of those coming to me. No idea as to when it'll be here. And that's the thing, is like when this happened with the first Mythic Edition with the Hasbro store, and they shipped out the box toppers to everybody, nobody knew. Right? Nobody knew that those box toppers were coming. They just showed up. Right? Now, that being said, they showed up, I think, only a week or two after, or maybe a little bit longer than that. I don't remember exactly the time frame. But they shipped them out, and people in the States were getting them before the Ultimate Masters launch date. Right? And that was to drive hype for Ultimate Masters, absolutely, right? So it kind of benefited Wizards in a way, but also gave some sort of compensation to the people who got messed out of their boxes, right? But at the end of the day, I'm in Canada, right? So, I saw these people on Twitter getting their envelope with this box topper, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Maybe I've got one coming to me, right? Except that it took an extra 3 weeks to get here. So, like, Ultimate Masters was already released, and people were already opening box toppers and everything. So, like, the box topper that came to me was cool, but, like, it didn't have any, like, interesting sort of, like, oh, I got this ahead of time, and that's kind of cool. It's, like, a little bit of compensation. I got something early before other people did. No. I got it way after the fact because of the shipping, right? Coming across the border and that kind of stuff. This time, it'll be interesting because they're shipping out these foil uncut sheets. I mean, they're going to be shipping them all over the place, because I know some people in Europe who ordered and got their orders canceled. Like, they're going to ship them foil uncut sheets to Europe. Like, that's going to cost them an arm and a leg. It's going to be crazy. I was talking to somebody about this on Twitter. Like, at the end of the day, right? I mean, you got to remember Hasbro made $3 million in about 6 minutes, right? With this, and that's crazy. So they take that as a win, right? But at the same time, all of this money that they're going to have to dump into printing the foil sheets, packing the foil sheets, and shipping the foil sheets to wherever they need to go is going to eat into some of that profit. Absolutely. Now, maybe not a huge chunk. I have no idea. My guess is that if they're shipping at about 20,000 of them, because they had probably I would imagine they had at least 20,000 orders canceled, because since they oversold the product by 36,000 units or whatever it was. I think the total on eBay was like 44 or 43,000 units sold, or maybe it was more than that. But there was only 12,000 available, right? So like you're talking like 30,000 units. So unless everybody bought two, right? So like, if you put it this way, they oversold by about 30,000 units. If everybody in those orders bought two, that's only 15,000 orders, but that's still 15,000 people that you now have to ship a foil sheet to. That's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. All right, no problem, Tornado Joe. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. And I appreciate it for being here. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of this weird nonsense thing. So Corbin, you're saying that Game Nation has more packs and stuff now? Where is Game Nation located? I gotta look this up again. Game Nation. Have I been there yet? I don't think I've been there yet. Toronto? Whereabouts is this? Young and Shepherd? Hmm. I wonder how I missed this. Because I've already hit up Toronto, pretty much. Well, I shouldn't say that. Oh, it's way up there. That's why I missed it. I see. Okay. So it's way to F up there. But that's like right off the 401 almost. That's not very far from the 401 at all. I wonder how I missed that. Because like I generally do a Google search and I check for stores in and around like the, my area. And that's normally one of the places I look, like is in Toronto, and check out the stores. I don't know how I've missed that one. Weird. I'll have to make sure I check it above Mr. Greek. Huh. Okay, well, I'll have to make a trip out there at some point and check it out. It'll probably be a couple weekends from now. I definitely have. I went to Oshawa 2 weekends ago to hit all the shops around there. So the one for this week is Worlds Collide in Oshawa. So that'll be on Wednesday. Anyway, I'm sorry for being such like a bummer about the Mythic Edition thing. I don't know if you guys care about hearing about that stuff anymore at all. But I mean, it was just a kerfuffle. It was a huge kerfuffle. I was ordering 2 boxes because I wanted to keep one for myself for collections and add the other one to like the patron pile stuff. And now I can't do that, unfortunately. So it sucks. It really sucks. I was hoping to get to add some pretty cool spicy stuff to the patron pile for a decent price, but with the prices of the box are, I would rather have the product, to be honest, Hermit. I would rather have the product. Hey, Pause Brown, how's it going? I would rather have the product. The full sheet is interesting. The problem is that because they're printing so many of them, they'll be worth next to nothing. And then not only that, but get ready for like the foil prices of your mythics and rares to go down, because people will start cutting the sheets or having them professionally cut so that you can actually play with them. And I mean, like it won't be perfect, right? I mean, most people are, if people do cut it themselves, you'll be able to tell, right? But if people get it professionally done, it'll be hard to tell. And there'll be official cards because it came off of an actual sheet, just not cut by them, that's all, right? So I mean, it's a weird situation to be in, right? I know a lot of people are looking to hang it on their wall. That's probably what I'll end up doing with mine. I'm not going to cut it up because there's no point, right? But I mean, if they start going on eBay for anywhere under $100, pick one up. Why not? Right? A full foil uncut sheet of rares and mythics, especially a set that is heavy planeswalkers. If you can pick up the sheets on eBay for $100, I would say do it. It's not even a negotiable thing in my opinion. So, because even if you just like buy 2 or 3 sheets and then have them cut professionally, and then now you have foil playsets of things, of rares and mythics from that set. Seems good to me, right? Like, that's what I mean, exactly. Like, if you can pick them up for under that price, wouldn't you, right? Exactly, Pause Brown. Like, I mean, who wouldn't be? The problem for me is that, like, I'd rather have the Mythic Edition, but there's nobody out there that would be willing to trade me a fully sealed Mythic Edition for a foil uncut sheet. It just won't happen, right? Of course they're going to roll it up. There's no way they're going to ship it to you flat. It's way too big to ship it flat. I mean, like, we're Canadian, Hermit. You and I are Canadian. So for us, our mailing system's a little bit different than in the States. In the States, I think they only pay by the size of the thing. They don't pay by the weight, I don't think. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe they pay by the weight and not by the size of the box. I have no idea. But they're going to ship it rolled up because it will save space, right? Because, like, you think of it this way, if they have to have these big, huge, friggin', like, cardboard nonsense things that are, like, massive because it's a huge sheet, right? If they have to have, like, 15,000 of those, it's going to take up a lot of space, right? Or they could have 15,000 tubes, right? It's going to be way better. Unscrewed, how's it going, man? We're just talking about the Mythic Edition kerfuffle nonsense and all that jeebus. It's just, it's terrible. You missed it, man. We opened up a foil Karn for Robert. Robert got himself a foil Karn. Look at that bad boy. Sweet. I mean, that's the other thing too, right, Hermit? Like, it's like, so think of it this way. They've refunded you the money, and they ship you a foil sheet in the mail, and it comes to you damaged. What are you going to do about it? It was free. You didn't pay for it. They're not going to replace it for you. Right? Like this was something that they gave to you for free because they screwed up. If it comes to you damaged, they're not going to, like, do anything. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm in the same boat, Unscrewed. I had the same thing happen to me. I was in the first 1,000 orders pretty easily. I got in right at 3 o'clock my time, noon their time. And I put my order through, and it took 10 minutes for it to cancel my payment. It took them 10 minutes to cancel my payment, so then once they finally canceled my payment, I was able to order again, so I ordered again, and then that one got canceled even though they took my money. Yeah, exactly. And then now they're selling on eBay for, like, I think the cheapest one I saw today was like $790 and it had 8 bids on it, so it's definitely not going to sell for that. It's going to go up, right? So, am I planning on going to any GPs coming up? So, I'm in Toronto area, Tyler, so I don't know if I'm going to be at any GPs in the near future. I honestly have no idea. Like, I don't have any plans to go to Vegas or anything like that this year. I just don't have the money for it. Yeah, I mean, I want to go to Vegas. I really do. And there's a bunch of other creators from the Toronto area that are going this year. And I'm like, damn it. Like, I really want to go and hang out with them and see the place. And I mean, the GP I've heard is amazing, right? Just like, it's like just a cornucopia of other content creators, right? So, and that would be great to go and hang out with them and see them and meet them and, get some FaceTime with them. But like, hey, can't always do the fun things, right? Sometimes you got to stay home and work. As for printing more Mythic Editions, they probably aren't printing more Mythic Editions because of a legal issue, I would imagine. Most likely there's some sort of legality with saying that it's a limited product run in all of your promotional items. And then being like, oops, we messed up. I guess we'll print more. And then everyone's like, well, hold on. Like, investors and stuff would basically sue them because they say, like, you basically created a false scarcity of item, right? Which is a legal thing. It happens a lot, right? Oh, you live in Montreal? Nice. Yeah, I think the Montreal GP, did I miss it or is it coming up? I talked to MTG Canuck about going to it because he lives up in Ottawa, and he's going to that one. So I was talking to him about going to that one, but I can't remember if it already passed or not. So this is my thing, Hermit, is like the guy at my LGS, I was talking to him, and I was talking with him, and he said he managed to get his 2. His 2 actually went through. Surprisingly. So lucky for him, he got his 2. That's good for him. He has a buddy that got 8. Right? I'll just let that sink in for a second. Yeah, he got 8. It makes me mad too. I know. Maybe not mad, but disappointed. Right? And his buddy's selling them, of course, right? The whole point, flip them, right? That's why you get 8. I told him, I said, like, if his buddy's looking to unload one and doesn't want to have to pay shipping and stuff and doesn't want to have to deal with eBay fees, let me know. But I'm not willing to pay more than $600 for it. Right? No way. I'll never pay more than $600 for it. Just not much, right? Like I definitely won't, right? So that gives you an idea. Like if I can get one on eBay for under 600, I'll do it. I won't pay more than that. It's not till October, yeah. Yeah, so I might be able to swing that one, Tyler. I might be able to swing the GP in Montreal, since it's not super far from where I am. I mean, it's a long drive, but it's not. It's driving is much cheaper than flying, right? So, well, we'll figure it out. And by that I mean I'll figure it out before October. That's for sure. We'll see. So unscrewed, like your thought here, like so this is what I had originally thought. So I think like I saw Professor's video where he talked about like if they're gonna print like send out a box topper to everybody, they could just easily print a Jace the Mind Sculptor, right? Uh, from that edition, and then just send one copy of it to everyone who had their orders canceled, and so everyone just gets a Jace, and that's it, right? That's it, just a Jace, and sure, it drives down the price of Jace, but that's fine. Everybody gets something, right? Not right. And I kind of like I agree with that a little bit, but also I think like if you're gonna go that way, why not just print sheets of the promo 8 walkers, cut them up, and then randomly distribute them to the people who were affected. So you essentially create like a box topper type product that's randomized. So maybe you get a Jace, maybe you get an Ugin, maybe you get one of the others, right? That you don't necessarily care about, but everybody gets one, right? And that way you don't have to necessarily drive down the price of just Jace. You kind of like spread it out a bit, right? An uncut sheet of box toppers. Could you imagine if they did that? That would be absolutely crazy. But like they could do it that way, right? If they want to send only one card out. Personally, I think they should have what they really should have done is printed sheets of those walkers, packaged them up into small booster pack of 8 cards, and ship out one of those booster packs of 8 cards to everybody who was impacted. So all the canceled orders just gets a single booster pack with one of each of the walkers in it, and that's it. Done. Now you're not printing more of the Mythic Edition product. You're printing just those cards. So now it's a little bit of hazy in the legal area, right? So, there's a number of things they could have done differently. I mean, I'm not saying that a foil sheet isn't great. I like a foil sheet. I'm going to hang it on the wall because it's going to look great. And I've never owned a foil sheet before. And I'm sure the walkers will look amazing on the wall, right? It's going to be great. I love it. Is it what I wanted? Absolutely not. Right? Absolutely not. What's illegal? Printing more product when you've advertised it as a limited run. So if you advertise something as, you're gonna wipe your ass with your sheet, I wouldn't. I mean, you go for it. You do you, man. I've heard people are gonna like light it on fire and take a video of them lighting it on fire and stuff. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, if you want to just go ahead and piss away a gift, go for it, right? But like I said before, I mean, like if people are gonna sell them on eBay for under $100, you should be buying them. If you can get the foil sheets for under $100 on eBay, go for it. And there's gonna be so friggin' many of them that there's no way that the price is gonna stay over. I would say it's not gonna stay at what it is. I think I saw one up for sale for like 250 on eBay right now, and it's just gonna plummet, right? Because as people get them and as more come out of the woodwork and get out into the wild, the price is going to plummet because it's not even going to worry about it, right? No, Bob, I'm not getting my pre-order. My order got canceled. I got my refund. It took them 9 days to refund me the money. It took forever too. Absolutely insane. Like, just to refund the money, it took them so long, and I had called eBay twice. I called PayPal once, and just like it was just bad. See, yeah, exactly, Tyler. Like, people are just gonna, and that's what a lot of people are probably gonna do, is they're probably just gonna like get a professional company to cut the cards properly, so that they're cut with the same sort of like corners and stuff as normal cards. And I mean, there's companies out there that do that, right? Like, you can, there's a ton of them out there, I'm sure. I mean, like, I don't know of any specifically myself, but that's because I've never had to look for that kind of thing. But there's definitely people out there that do that kind of thing. So it's not going to be hard to get them cut, I don't believe, right? And it's a boom for their business. Congratulations. Wizards has just given you a nice little boom to your business, I guess, right? Like, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what they do, but I think you'll find that, like, probably, I would say like 20%, probably 20% of the sheets will get cut up. Maybe it'll be more. I would say 20% will get cut up. 10% will get destroyed, if not a little bit more than that. And then at least they won't be off center. That's fair. That's fair, Jared. That's absolutely right. So you listen, this is the real problem, Hermit, with what you're talking about, is that at the end of the day, this screw up was eBay's fault. This screw up this time was eBay's fault. Sure, I mean, everyone can argue, like, Wizards should have printed more than 12,000 copies. They should have known about the demand before deciding the print run. Like, if only they could have forecasted it, right, kind of thing. But you got to remember, like, that print run didn't change. Like, that's the same print run that they did for the other two Mythic editions. Same amount of boxes, right? They did the same number. It's not any different, right? So this is just must be like what they, like, this is how many we're going to do. This is what we're going to do, right? It's going to be a limited print run. We know it's going to be limited. This is how much we're willing to print it, right? And how much we think we need to put out into the wild, right? We don't need to put more because it doesn't, not everybody needs to have it. Right. The real problem is that eBay's system crapped out and canceled a whole bunch of people's orders at the beginning of things, right? And so eBay's system is really to blame here for that initial screw up, and that's what sort of caused, like, it's like a ripple effect, right? Like, the first issue at the beginning caused all the other nonsense that then happened, right? Like, they realized, oh crap, we didn't charge sales tax or whatever, so then they had to, like, take it down and put it back up. But then when they did that, they forgot to put the limiter on so that it could sell over, right? Like, all of that stuff is background eBay stuff. Now, maybe not an eBay employee or somebody like that, but, like, it's their system, right? Now, maybe it was somebody at Hasbro that messed that up, who knows, right? I don't know how that's controlled on their side, but still, right? Like, you cannot blame Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro for eBay messing up their initial set of orders, right? It's not Wizards' fault or Hasbro's fault for that screw up, that processing and payment issue. However, Wizards could have stepped in and done something similar to what I said earlier, which is like, hey, look at all this nonsense that's happened. We have like 12,000 basically canceled orders at the beginning of the sale because something went wrong and didn't process any of the payments. So we can see those. We know they happened. They all failed for whatever reason. We have no idea. Then for some reason we sold 47,000 units or whatever nonsense number it was. Then they go, okay, back up, scrap it. The system broke. Something's wrong. Robert, yeah, man, that foil Karn, man. Did you just like checked in with like the previous stuff? There it is, right there. Look at that bad boy. I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it when we opened it for you. That was super awesome. I'm super stoked that you get a sweet foil Karn out of the deal. It's awesome. I'm glad that we opened something sweet. That's for sure. Because like I was hoping that we would hit like maybe a mythic or something at least. And a foil Karn is right up there. I'm super stoked about it. I'm going to let my LGS know too. Because like the guy picked the 6 packs. And I'm going to be like, hey, you picked those 6 packs. Good job. You picked a foil Karn. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you for that. And he'll be like, oh, damn. And I'll be like, that's right. But yeah, like it's just the Mythic Edition thing is just a big old cluster jam. Just a big old cluster jam. I don't know. It's gonna be. People are pretty upset about it. And I mean, in my opinion, rightly so, right? They should be upset about it. So Jared, they do. You're absolutely right. They should have that, and they do. And the reason they went to eBay is because the first time they did this, their site crashed. Their their, their site absolutely crashed and burned. Hilarious. You get your hands on an Ugin one of these years. Which Ugin, Jeremy? Yeah, Jared, they have their own website. So the first Mythic edition that they did, the first Mythic edition, I think it was what Guilds of Ravnica, no, Core 2019. No, what set was that? Was it Rivals? No, it was Guilds, wasn't it? It must have been Guilds. It must have been Guilds of Ravnica, right? I have it on my shelf. Can I just see it? Ravnica Allegiance. I can't see the other one. It was Guilds, right? Yeah, okay. Guilds of Ravnica. So, like, the first one they put up, which was Guilds of Ravnica, it just absolutely pooped the bed. Like, just pooped it. Pooped it so hard that you couldn't sleep on that mattress no more. You were like, huh, this mattress is very soiled. And you're like, yeah, it sure is. Look what you did. So Tyler, I think that's definitely a discussion. So like, a lot of you have probably heard about the class action lawsuit that's going on, or that's supposedly being generated from a law firm in the States suing Hasbro, right, for this nonsense. And I don't think that lawsuit will go anywhere, to be completely honest. They're talking about how Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro entered into a contract, and when people buy a thing and pay for it and the money changes hands, that is now a binding contract to say, yes, you will provide me the product. That's very loose. It's very loose, in my opinion. Like, that's just, it seems not like a thing that will be easily held up in court. Yeah, exactly. So like Bob said, like, you can't really sue them if they didn't refund you the money. Now, you could do something about, like, you could do like a suit against them to recoup the interest off of the money because they kept the money for a week, right? And technically you didn't pay for anything, so really they should have given you the money back right away. So, did I hit a masterpiece? Masterpiece. I would settle for one from Fate. I don't have either. Yeah, okay. So I mean, you could use just a regular Ugin or like the special fancy Ugin from the new Mythic edition. Yeah. Grease the sheets. Yeah. So I mean, like, eBay refunded. Well, eBay didn't refund all the orders. This is the other thing. It's like when I called eBay to be like, "Hey, where's my money? What's going on?" They're like, "Oh, Hasbro takes care of that." And you need to talk to PayPal or Hasbro because eBay has nothing to do with the money. And I was like, but the money went to you and then you gave it to him. Like, okay, fine, whatever. So I called PayPal and they were like, oh no, we found your money. It's here. It's being transferred to you. And I was like, okay, but when? And they're like, oh, it just got processed this morning. Yeah. I'm like, did you just not do it until I called you? Like, is that what this is? If I had called you 3 days ago, would you have done it? Like... Anyway, fine. That's a different tangent. But basically, the lawsuit won't go anywhere. If it does go somewhere, and this is what we were leading up to, if the lawsuit does, for whatever reason, go somewhere, I could definitely see Hasbro suing eBay in like a countersuit, essentially being like, we're being sued for this because of your screw up with your system. And it's not our fault, so you guys have to do something about it, right? And so, like, that's basically what it's going to be. And, like, I think the truest comment I saw about the class action lawsuit that's going on is, this is a class action lawsuit that they're hoping will be settled out of court. Because there's no way that it gets settled in court. favorably for anybody in the class action lawsuit. Like, it's just gonna be not good for them. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, like, yeah. So the Masterpiece. So if you remember Masterpiece Monday, Jeremy, we did Masterpiece Monday series on the channel for 36 weeks, where we opened up one pack of every set with masterpieces in it. And at about, I think, week 5 or week 6, we started voting. So we started letting the community vote on which set they thought would have a masterpiece in it the following week, every video. So what I did is, at the end of the series, I rewarded the people who voted the most and who voted for the same set the most times. So the people here with these tokens are the ones who voted for an individual set the most number of times. So they were the most loyal to those sets. These two folks voted the most number of times total across all the videos. These two folks voted the second most time across all the videos. Hashtag no too long comment. Yeah. So, but this is my point, Bob. Is like, it's not. I'm not saying that they could do it. I'm saying that that's really the only grounds they have, right? Oh, time for get ready for Game of Thrones. Oh crap! I should let everyone go so that they can go watch it. I don't watch it, but you guys can go watch it. I'll be back again tomorrow on Twitch. So if you're not following me on Twitch, you should. And the reason I say this is because tomorrow night I'll be playing some Arena, and I got some of these. And by that I mean I got some of these. And you can try to redeem this code all you like, but I've already redeemed it, so it's no good. But I've got a few more of these to give away tomorrow night. I'm going to be doing that on Twitch. So if you're not following me on Twitch, you should go check it out. And tomorrow night when I'm streaming Arena, I'll be giving away some codes while I'm playing. I've got at least 2 more codes, possibly a third one. I'm not sure yet. So make sure you check it out. Anyway, that's enough rambling about the Mythic Edition. I don't think we need to... That was not my intention in this video to go into that, but you guys asked and I obliged, right? Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I think that's going to be it. I think we're going to call it a night. You guys go ahead and enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to get some stuff packed up here and get ready to go to work in the morning. That's what I'm going to be doing tonight. Yay! The videos are all, I believe, up on YouTube for this coming week, so hopefully they should be good to go. We will find out, I guess. But so Masterful Monday tomorrow during the day, and then Twitch at night starting around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be live with Arena, and I'll be doing probably some ranked war drafts, and then also giving away codes for a free draft. So if you play Arena or want to play Arena, now's the time. All right. Man, I wish I hit another one, Jeremy. I wish I hit another one. We didn't get there. We unfortunately didn't get there. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. I have been your host, MrBevers. And as always, may your pulls ever be better.